In this topic of list in Python, we are going to discuss about insertion sort. What is insertion sort? So let us discuss the insertion sort. To understand the concept of the insertion sort, we need to understand that it is similar to the card game. We sort card in our hand in a card game. It is similar to that. To understand, we just go through this concept, then we will discuss the program also. There are four cards. In the case of insertion sort, we just think that the first card is a sorted one in a left side and other cards are the unsorted one. So what we will do in the next case, this is our first card, that is a sorted one. We pick the first card from the unsorted list. So the loop in an insertion sort starts from the 1, means index value 1. We are not supposed to start from the 0. 0 we presume that it's a sorted one. So in the case of insertion sort, loop starts from 1, that is a first index number. Now in a 1 in an unsorted list is a number is 2. So what we will do, we store that inside the temp. It's a temporary variable. Now we check the number, means we're going to check the card. What is that? Unsorted with sorted. So whatever card is in an unsorted list, first one is going to be compared with all the cards in the sorted list, means towards the left side. So there is only one card, so we are going to check that is the 2 is less than or greater than the sorted card. If the condition is going to be true, that 2 is less than 5, it's true, what's going to happen? The sorted card is shifted to the right and the unsorted card is going to be placed to the left side. So now 2 is at the left side and 5 is shifted. Now after this, we got 2 sorted cards and 2 unsorted cards. Now we think that these 2 cards are the sorted one and these 2 cards are still unsorted. Now in the next case, 2 and 5 are sorted. From the unsorted cards, there are 2 cards are there. The first one is now open, that is 6. Again the same process. We store that inside the temp. Now this card is compared with all the numbers in a sorted list towards the left side. So first time this 6 is going to be compared with 5. And what is the condition? Is the 6 is less than 5? True or false? This time it is false. In this case, the position of the cards remain same, means 5 is going to be in the same place. There are no changes in the positions. Next time again 6 is going to check that is the 6 is less than 2. No, false. So the condition is that 2 will remain in its own position. That means there is no changes in the card, they remain as it is. Why? Because 6 is greater than 5 also and 6 is greater than 2 also. So now we got 3 sorted cards, 2, 5 and 6. If the condition is 6 is greater than 5, then only it is going to be true, otherwise it's going to give us false condition, because 6 is not less than 5, 6 is not less than 2, it is greater than 2. The condition give us false condition, so they remain as it is. Now how many cards we got? We got 3 sorted cards and 1 unsorted. Now what is that unsorted? Ace, that is 1. Now again the same process, it goes inside the temp. Now first time this ace is going to check with 6. Is this number, that is 1, is less than 6? The condition is going to be true. So what will happen? This 6 is going to be shifted to the right side. So it override the value of right. So there are 2 6 and 6. It means this 6 in the left side of sorted is now going to be shifted to the right, and here is also the 6 is there. We leave it as it is. Now we move to the second. Now again this ace is going to check with 5. That means is 1 is less than 5. Again it will give us the condition that is true. Now this 5 is shifted to the right. That means 6 then 5. There are 2 5s on there. Means this 5 is going to be shifted. Next case, again this is 1 is going to check with the less than 2. Again the condition is going to true. Now 6 is here, 5, then now 2 is shifted. Now what is the places left? This is the first one. So what will happen? This 1 is going to be placed at first position. So these are sorted. All the numbers are now sorted. Now we understand this concept with the help of program. Now I have written the whole program here, and if I am going to discuss that, there are 1 2 3 4 numbers, 5 2 minus 6 and 1. First time I just calculate the length by using alien. Started a loop that start from 1. You know that it start from 1. Temp equals to a of x, y equals to x minus 1. Then it's only to display the message pass 1 is started. Then there is a while loop, that is greater than y is greater than equals to 0. It moves toward the left side. At the same time it will check that the value inside the temp by a of x is less than equals to a of y. If both these two conditions are going to be true, then only these lines are going to be executed. Means y is greater than equals to 0. At the same time that value inside the temp should be less than equals to a of y. Then only a of y plus 1 is going to store a of y value. Then y equals to y minus 1. Moving toward the left side, so in a decreasing order. So we have to move towards the 0. If the value is 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. Then when the whole loop, inner loop is going to finish and it move back to the for loop for the next value, the same time a of y plus 1 is equals to temp. Means whatever inside the temp is going to override the value. You know that 5 is there, so that 5 is going to be erased. 2 is there, so left side 2 is going to be erased. So that is going to be done with the help of this line, that is a of y plus 1. Then when everything is going to finish, we're going to print the final list. Now let us understand the concept with the help of diagram. Here is the diagram. When the pass 1 is started, that means x is at the 1. This is our a. 5 is at 0 index value, 2 at 1, minus 6 at 2 and 1 at 3. We already know that we keep the first one as a sorted one, whatever value is there. At present there is a value that is 5, so this is our sorted number, and 2 minus 6 and 1 are unsorted numbers. So when the first time for loop start, x is sitting at 1, it means it works on 1, this number, this 2. First time x is sitting here, so this number is going to be checked with all the numbers at the left side. There is only one number that is 5 at present. So we keep the copy of this value inside the variable that is temp, because later on we are going to use this temp. So we keep the copy now. Now same time the y is been starting with the value that is x minus 1 to 0. At present the value of x is 1. 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. It means the y start from 0 to 0. That means only one time the loop is going to work. At the same time, when the inner loop is going to start and y start from 0 to 0, it will run one time. The same time it will check one more thing, that is the value inside the temp is less than equals to a of y. A of y is a of 0. What is the value inside a of 0? That is 5. And what is going to be checked? That this value is greater than the value of temp. This is temp and this is a of y. So what is going to be checked? Is the value 5 is greater than equals to 5? It will say true, because this time it shows that yes, the value inside that 5 is greater than 2. So what is going to happen? This line is going to be executed. And what is that line is? A of y plus 1 is equals to a of y. At present a of y is 0 and a of y plus 1 means this value, this yellow box. Y plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So it will say that override the value of this yellow box. That means this block of one index value is going to be override with the value of 5. That means both the values are going to be 5. So where is that 2? We already keep safe place, that is temp. Now y equals to y minus 1. This line is going to be executed. So this loop is going to be finished. When it comes out, this is very important thing. It comes out, y is at 0 and y minus 1 moves this y to a negative value, because when the loop finish, that time this line is also going to be executed. So 0 minus 1 is going to be minus 1. So it will come out at the same time when it goes up again, so that the x is going to be changed. It will ask you that change the value of a of y plus 1 to temp. That means this value where you have to put at y plus 1. So at the present time the value of y is minus 1, and minus 1 plus 1 is going to make it 0. So this value I have written here also, y equals to y plus 1 means minus 1 plus 1 is equals to 0. So at present at this line the value is going to be override with the temp. That means this 2 is going to be transferred here. So 5 is shifted to the right and the left value is override with the value of temp. So the final pass 1 is going to be 2, 5, minus 6, 1. When it's finished, when the pass first result, 2 and 5 are the sorted values and minus 6 and 1 are still the unsorted values. Now pass 2 started. When the pass 2 start, where is outer loop? Now x is at 2. Inner loop y is going to start from x minus 1. That means 2 minus 1, it means 1. It means how many times a while loop is going to work? 1 to 0. That means 2 times. So these are our numbers and these are the values. Y first time is going to be 1. Second time it is going to be 0, because y minus minus. At the same time this is the number that is going to be checked and we keep the copy inside. Now in the pass 2, here it is. This is the numbers 2 and 5. In pass 2 the value of x is 2. Outer loop, a values are 2, 5, minus 6 and 1. We got two sorted numbers. At 0 that is 2 and 1 is 5. Now which number? This yellow box number. Why? Because now x is at 2, that is the second index value. So minus 6 is going to be compared. Now first time we keep the copy of this minus 6 in a temporary folder, minus 6. Then y equals to x minus 1. That means y start from x minus 1 to 0. So what is x minus 1 is? 2 minus 1 equals to 1. That means the y starts from 1 to 0. That means 2 times this loop is going to work. First time the value of y is going to be 1. Second time the value of y is going to be 0. At the same time, each time in the while loop is going to be 1 and 2. 1 each time, 2 times. When the while loop is going to execute, first time y equals to 1 and second time y is going to be 0. At the same time, this condition is also going to be executed. Temp is less than equals to a of y. First time when the value of y is 1, a of y, that means a of 1, is being compared, that it is greater than equals to temp or not. We will check with the temp. The temp is value is greater smaller than a of y or not. So what are the numbers? That is 5, and it's going to check with the value of temp, that is minus 6. Is this condition is true? It's correct. So now that yellow box where minus 6 is there, that we already store inside the temp, is override with the value of 1. Why? Because a of y plus 1 is equals to a of y. So 1 plus 1 is going to be 2, means this value is going to be override with the previous value, that is 5. Next time loop execute, y is equal to y minus 1, now 0. Now a of 0, where it is inside that a of 0, that is 2. What is inside the a of 0? That is 2. Now 2 is being compared with temp value. Is the 2 is greater than equals to minus 6? Again the condition is going to be true. Same thing is going to happen. Line is a of y plus 1. If it is 0 plus 1 means 1. This value is going to override with the value that is inside the 0 block. That means 2 and 2. Now loop is going to finish. When the y comes out, what is the value now? Again that is going to be minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 is equals to 0. So it will override that value with the temp value. What is that? Minus 6. So what is the final result? Minus 6, 2, 5 and 1. That is a final pass to value. So when the pass to has been finished, we got 3 sorted value and 1 unsorted value. Minus 6, 2 and 5 are sorted and 1 is unsorted. Pass 3 started. What is the value of outer loop? X is 3. So in a loop we start from x minus 1. 3 minus 1, that is 2. That means 2 to 0. It means first time y is going to be 2, then 1, and 0. And these are our sorted numbers. So these 3 numbers are sorted, and we are going to check these numbers with the value of unsorted. This number is going to compare with 5, 2 and minus 6. And we are going to store that inside the temporary variable. So when the first time they start, the pass 3 start, x is sitting at 3, unsorted number, yellow box 1, and the same time we keep the copy of that number inside the temporary variable, that is 1. Then the y is going to be start from x minus 1. It means it's going to start from 2 to 0. The loop is going to work up to 3. That means 2, 1 and 0. 2, 1 and 0. So first time the value of y is going to be 2. it will check that is the temp is less than equals to a of y. Y of 2 is 5 is being compared with that. It is greater than equals to 1. It will say true. Yes, the condition is true. What is going to be done? This number 5 is going to be shifted. So it copy its value inside that third also. What is that value is going to be copied? This is a line that we are going to use. A of y plus 1 is equals to a of y. It means 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is going to be 3. So this value is going to be override that 1. We have already keep the copy of that temp insert that 1 inside the temp. Now next time y equals to y minus 1. So now y is at which place? 1. And what is that number inside that box is 2. Now again this line is going to be checked. Is that number is greater than equals to 1? We'll say true. So the value is now being override. Right side value is override, and there are two are one in yellow box and one in 2. Now next time the y equals to y minus 1, what is the number is? Y equals to 0. Now what is the condition? Y equals to 0, the position is minus 6. Now while y is greater than equals to 0, and there is written that is and what is the work of the and is that if both the conditions are going to true, then only these lines are going to be executed. So y is greater than equals to 0. Is y is greater than equals to 0? Yes, the condition is correct. That means the first one is true. And is the value inside the temp is less than equals to a of y. What is the value of a of y? Minus 6. Is minus 6 is greater than equals to 1? It will say no. Condition is become false. And when the and is being used and the first condition is true and the second is false, the condition becomes false. And in this case, the while loop, if the condition becomes solved, these lines are not going to be executed. If these lines are not going to be executed, the y value is not going to be decremented. It remains same, that is y equals to 0. I've written here also, so y remains 0. It means it replace that yellow box too, because it is already been copied to the right side, and change that value with the 1, because minus 6 is the lowest value, and 2 and minus 6 between that we need to keep the copy of that 1. So the y is remain in the same place, that is 0, and 0 plus 1 is 1. This is our 1 index value, so this one is going to be override this 2 that is already been shifted to the right side. So the final pass 3 is going to be minus 6, 1, 2, 5. So we got the result also, pass 3, and that is minus 6, 1, 2 and 5. These are our sorted numbers.